Hi guys, hope all is well. Been pretty busy as per usual with the dental course as well as working. We have a quiz tomorrow on the mandibular canines, and we had a quiz on Wednesday this week, which was like makeup quiz, our makeup session for the lab session that we had missed sometime. I think it's like 2 weeks ago. So just prior to carving teeth, we actually have to do a quiz. So I have a quiz on on the mandibular canine coming up tomorrow. Most of these quizzes are actually kind of challenging because despite the fact that I'm reading the book and reading the notes, there's still bits and details that we won't pick up in the notes that they would actually ask on the exam. The carvings themselves are pretty okay. I get through with that pretty fast. I try to do my best because I have to leave to go to work. And the mandibular canine came out better than the mandibular incisor, which I didn't really find mine came out too good. It was actually kind of rough, but the canine came out pretty good, surprisingly, and I got through it in a decent time. Um, I did a dental simulator today. This is my second session, so a total of 5 hours. I'm supposed to get 40 hours, so I'm still behind by 35 hours. I started late, school late, so my hours are not up to scratch. So I've been trying with that. This week's dental simulator went worse than last week because I thought it should be improving, but it's actually gotten worse. And the reason why it's gotten worse is like I was using the machine, trying to carve this tooth, and I was like, okay, but you know what's interesting is when you're holding the hand drill, it's like you're trying to get it. It's like you're trying to make one surface with it, but it's a drill that's drilling vertical to the actual tooth. So if you're trying to get the whole area the same smoothness, it's very challenging. I don't know if I'm explaining. So picture this as the tooth, and you're trying to put a vertical drill down into this piece of card, and trying to make sure that when you drill into the tooth, that as you drill, the surface goes lower, but it still remains flat. But it's not. It doesn't go like that, especially with the drill that we're using. And for some reason, when I was using the drill, despite the fact that it was spouting water, it was still burning the prosthetic tooth. I don't know what was going on with that. Uh, Tried to smoothen out the base of the prep, and in the end, it just ended up going straight into the pulp. Not direct, not straight in, but I should say it didn't go. It didn't get flat. It just went down. It went down. So that's a mistake, a big mistake that I made. Then also I saw on the machine, I saw like 15. I touched the adjacent tooth about 15 times, which shocked me because I didn't hear the beep that usually is made 15 times. I heard it like twice. So that was another thing. But then when I looked at the tooth, now I'm realizing that I did touch because I'm working on the second mandibular molar, and I was touching the distal surface of the first mandibular molar on the left. So that's universal number 16, and 2 is 18, universal number 18, and I was touching universal number 19. Did I say it right? I think so, yeah. Um, so I've been trying to just get my hand skills a little better. I'm managing the carvings pretty okay, but you see when you're using that drill, it's challenging just to keep your hand vertical. And then also when I did the prep, how the prep is supposed to be prepared is supposed to be, I'll draw it for you. So the tooth is supposed to have like a prep where it's supposed to be shaped like this. And then the surrounding area, shaped like that, and then the surrounding area is supposed to be the tooth. Mine ended up being shaped like that, but it was displaced too far buccally. And in the end, when the actual machine marks the prep, it said, well, the contours were incorrect, which it was. But the funny thing is that even though I was looking back and forth in the machine to see how it was progressing, it didn't show that inaccuracy until the end. I think that's my fault too, because I should have turned on the machine. There's a way you can actually turn the tooth to view it from the mesial surface, from the buccal surface, from the lingual surface, or from the distal surface. So once you rotate it, you can see it and actually measure how deep you are compared to the actual intended prep or the template used on the machine. So that I have to get better at, because I'm a perfectionist. It kind of bothers me a bit that I didn't get that this week. Although everybody would say, it takes some time. I'm also doing some preparation for the dental histology and anatomy course. I've reached as 146 pages I have to read for the exam, as well as the lecture notes. So I'm just reviewing them as much as I did because I missed a lot of the classes. But I'm trying. Drowning, but I'm keeping my head above the water somewhat. I hope you guys like this video. I'll hear you later, okay?